Welcome back. We're getting in a CNN News 18 mega exclusive brought in by Manoj Gupta, securities editor. As what we are learning is that the Jamaat-e-Islami is all set for election build-up with almost 300 candidates for India. This development is going to be extremely critical in terms of security and ideological concerns. Indian side is fearing radical sympathies along the eastern border. The CNN News 18 has in fact even earlier reported how after pressure from West and their envoys, Jamaat even dropped the Islamist sign. So that also goes on to indicate that it was looking at an image makeover only to appeal to the international state. But CNN News 18 has now accessed intelligence assessment note. What is this note all about? The Jamaat-e-Islami under Amir Shafiqur Rahman has finalized 298 candidates already for Bangladesh's upcoming polls. According to sources, this is an extensive mobilization. Remember, since the year 2013, which is when Jamaat was banned under the previous Sheikh Hasina government. They have made heavy network from district level Shura committees and student wings like Islami Chhatra Shibir. Top Indian intelligence sources are also telling us that Jamaat's mainstreaming is going to be an ideological rehabilitation of sorts. It will be given the electoral legitimacy. Indian intelligence is watching West Bengal and Assam Tripura corridors as well, because this is needless to say going to lead to a security threat on our borders, and security alerts have already been issued to counter this kind of ideological spillover. What could this mean for our border security is going to be a key question. But as of now, what we can tell you is that the Jamaat is now all set to fight elections. Anand Narasimhan of CNN News 18 is joining me live from the newsroom. Anand, Jamaat, a party that was banned for over a decade, now will be mainstreaming itself in Bangladesh's politics. What will this mean, not just for Bangladesh, but also for India?
Well, at least will there be a two-party system? The Jamaat has always claimed that under Sheikh Hasina and the Awami League, they were so dominant that the Jamaat could never even spread or establish itself. It has a far radical bent, but it is trying to take a more moderate approach as it's been suggested by some of the West-influenced moderators, interlocutors. Now, this picture actually, which we are putting on our screen, where the Jamaat logo is being discussed, is in the presence of the Spanish ambassador. So clearly, there are entities which are working with the Jamaat and trying to tell them that they cannot afford to be as radical as they have been in the past. They have to have a little bit of a moderate approach, and they have to soften and tone down their radical Islamist outlook. Now, is that going to happen for real, or is it just a camouflage, a facade? We'll have to wait and watch. But in the recent rallies that were conducted, the Jamaat has been gaining some amount of traction, where more than 4 lakh people turned up for their rallies. Jamaat has in the past also been able to display a certain level of strength, but when it comes to electoral spread across the various districts of Bangladesh, the Jamaat has been put paid because they don't have the kind of spread and they don't have the kind of purchase. They have not been able to get more than 8 to 10% or maximum 15% vote share in certain cases. My memory serves me right. The Awami League has been very well entrenched. Their cadre, their party, their spread is across Bangladesh, across every polling booth of Bangladesh. So the Jamaat, if there are free and fair elections as they are announced, it is to try and show that there are two entities and there is a choice for the people, and it's not as what was said in the past, that a one-sided election under Sheikh Hasina. That was another claim that was made ultimately or often. But if Jamaat, along with some of the other outfits, are able to cobble up an alliance to establish their spread, then we'll have to wait and watch how it pans out. But one must remember that even though Sheikh Hasina is in exile, the Awami League is not. There are many key leaders of the Awami League who have sought refuge in Nepal, in Bharat, in Sri Lanka, in the UK, and some other places, who have fled because they fear for their life and for unfair persecution. But the Awami League is also reorganizing itself. It is also getting quietly on ground, trying to re-establish its presence. Now, whether the radical forces under the Jamaat versus the moderate forces under Awami League prevail, or is the Jamaat able to also win over some previous Awami League supporters with its own, moderate front, we'll have to wait and watch. But the decks are being slowly set or being prepped for a February election in Bangladesh.
All right, many thanks to you, Anand. Stay with us because our next story